Hello guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper Offersen, and on this channel here we are talking about skincare, hair care and all those sort of things that are supposed to make you look younger for a lot longer. And as you might know, I do take a lot of supplements. I've spoken a lot about that, but there is obviously something else you need to do, and that is you need to use a nice and good moisturizer for your skin in order to lock in all the moisture and all that sort of thing that comes from the serums and that sort of stuff there, if you are spraying your face with a little bit of water now and then. Now I have just tried some new creams, and as you can see from the thumbnail, we are talking about the American company called O'Keeffe's, and it's kind of like one of them. It looks like this, the ones that I've tried, and I've actually tried a lot of them, because I mean not all of them are available here in the UK, but similarly a lot is. So there is these various ones, so that for the hands and for the body, this one here. And then there is one that is for the feet. So that is supposed to exfoliate your feet and give it some sort of moisture. So I will just go through these ones here and see what I have learned when I have tried them on. So actually the first time I noticed O'Keeffe's product was when I was out driving around, and I did not have my normal lip balm. And actually lately I have tried a lot of various lip balms, like Vaseline and all that sort of thing, and I said, yeah, to a certain degree kind of like it works, but then yeah, it doesn't really work in the long run anyway, does it? So I tried this one here, and that was the one that is the SPF 15, because that was the only one that was when I was out shopping in that place, and that was in Sainsbury basically. So I think this one here, I bought that in Boots, and most of the other stuff I bought in Boots, apart from this one here. I think I bought that in Sainsbury's, and they have it in many places here in the UK, and I'm pretty sure in America as well, because it is sort of like a household name, I guess. So I tried this one that was the SPF 15, and the thing is that I obviously knew that it would contain some sun filters, and therefore I looked into what sort of sun filters was it, and it was octocrylene, and then it was this other one here, which is the octinoxate, and that is not so great, because that is basically banned in Hawaii. So these sun filters here, they are not something that you would really like to have inside. So if you're putting it on your lips, there is rather a chance that you will be eating it over the day. So I was kind of like, I don't really want that, and in general I don't really use a sun filter on my lips as such. So I found the other one that they had, and that is this one here, and that is kind of like relatively similar, but it just does not have these UV filters in it. And when I look online, they have a lot of these various ones. So the first one I tried was obviously the one with the SPF, and I felt that it was kind of like nice and easy to put on. It did glide nicely on the lips, and yes, it has a perfume added, though I will say that none of these things here as such has a perfume added, though I will say that this one here actually has a peppermint in it, but I don't think it's used as a fragrant. Maybe it is, because it is for the feet, so maybe they're thinking if you have some sort of a stinky feet, then maybe a little bit of a peppermint will do the trick. But I would say maybe you should wash your feet before you use this stuff. Yeah, maybe that will do the trick. Yeah, so I tried these ones here, and they kind of like, yeah, okay, they're good enough, but I haven't really used them that much after I tried them, just for a little bit, because then I found another product, and that is this one here, the lip repair overnight thing here. Kind of like it's a lip balm that you use overnight, but I was kind of like, well, can't I just use it during the day, because it feels really nice, I would say. And it is this sort of whitish stuff, and there is no smell to it or anything. And I would say, yeah, you put your finger in, and the little thing is that when you're putting your finger into a product like this, then it kind of like when you're using it over the day, you would like to have clean hands when you're doing it, but oftentimes it doesn't really work out like that in life. But as such, that is the little drawback I see about something like this. But apart from that, I find it working really nice, and I think actually it works really good in order to moisturize or soften the lips, kind of like deep into the skin. So for that I would say it works rather well, because a lot of stuff that you might be putting on kind of like just sits on top of your lips, and then when it's worn off, it kind of like it's gone. But this one here, kind of like I would say, it works in the sense that it does moisture, or keep in moisture to a deeper layer, if you like, on the lips. Anyway, I would say that this one here is definitely one I'm gonna keep buying, because I really actually like that one. These ones here, I would say maybe I'm not gonna buy them again, really. So that was those ones. So basically I would say that yes, I have finally found this one here to be a really good one. So I looked at some of the other products that they have, and I think the first one I tried was this one here for the hands. So I thought it felt really nice on the hands. There's a lot of dimethicone in it, and that can be a little bit of an issue in the sense that if you're using too much dimethicone, it kind of like it can roll off, and it doesn't feel that nice really. But I would say it did not. I don't feel that it was a problem for this product here. But if you are using it and then kind of like a little bit later, then you are adding another layer and another layer, then it will kind of like it will sort of build up. So I would say that between using it, wash your hands basically. And also another thing is, and it is very basic, I know, but hand cream is to be used just after you have washed your hands, because then you have a little bit of moisture in your skin, and that is what you would like to lock in really. So what else did I do when I have bought this one here? Well, I went home and I thought, well, can't I just use it on my face? Because hey, it's a hand cream, so obviously I can use it on my face as well, right? So I did that. I just had a little brief look into the ingredients list first to see if there was something I should not put on my face, because sometimes hand creams, they can be rather tough, and that can be too much for your skin on the face. But actually I would say it worked rather nicely, but there is this dimethicone in it, and that can maybe roll off a little bit. I did not find that was an issue, so I used this one overnight, and I felt that it actually worked rather nicely, and it was nice to the touch and that sort of thing. And I would say, yeah, it actually worked really nice, both for my hands and for my face. But in the long term, I would say maybe it's not enough for the hands as such. I mean, the thing is with hands is that usually, or at least in my case, is that when I put on hand cream, then it will take a little while, and that will be a really short while actually, and I need to wash my hands again somehow, or do something. I need to wash my hands or something like that, and then you need to put on hand cream again and again and again and again and again, and it means that you kind of like get tired of it over the day. But I know it is something that is really good to use. But I just went on and saw what else did they have. So I found this one here, which was a sort of like an overnight repair thing, or relief, guaranteed relief, they say down here. And yes, it is a little bit different, and it is sort of like you feel you have some sort of sticky, sort of rough-ish, sort of sticky sort of thing on your hand. And yes, it is just to be put on at night time, and then you're asleep anyway. But I used it, and I sort of like, yeah, we kind of like, okay, it was not something, but I would say that definitely I'm gonna buy a whole lot more of this stuff, because I'm gonna use it forever. It wasn't really like that, and I haven't really used it for a while now. I used it a little bit when I had just bought it together with this one here, but then lo and behold, I found something else that I felt was a whole lot better, and that was this one here. And it's actually for healthy feet, or it's supposed to give you healthy feet. And it is exfoliating, so it contains lactic acid, but it also contains urea, and usually something for the hands and something for the feet contains urea, and that is because it draws in moisture to the skin. And the urea is a part of your skin. It is on your skin anyway, but only at a certain level, so not a whole lot of it. So you don't want a whole lot of it on your skin, because that could give some sort of issues, and that is not really great. But usually for something like tough feet and that sort of thing, they add urea. I don't have some problematic feet in any way, but so I've not tried this one on my feet, because I really don't need to. So I thought, can I use it on my hands? And that is what I have done, and I will say that it actually works rather nicely. It has a strong perfume of it is peppermint, so that is just something to keep in mind, that it will smell completely like After 8, and that can be really nice, but maybe not in your face all the time. But I will say that after you put it on, kind of like it goes away, or at least maybe I think that it goes away, but it might be that people coming near me will say, oh, has he been eating After 8 or something like that? Where is the box? Well, it's not like that. It's a kind of like I'll say I just use it, as you can see here, on my nails, and that is what I primarily do. Usually when I use a hand cream, I always go for the nails and the cuticles and that sort of thing, in order to make sure that that is working, and then I take the rest of the stuff and put on the rest of my hands. But again, this stuff here contains a dimethicone, and that means that I have already put something on before I start filming. So now I'm adding a little bit more, and that means that as I go along here, it might start to sort of like roll off, or kind of like, particularly on the inside, I would say, if you do something like that. Let's see if I can make it happen. No, it kind of like seems okay for now, but that is just that little thing. But also it tells you that you maybe should not use a whole lot of this stuff here, because a little goes a long way. It's not like sunscreens, because there a little does not go a long way. But with something like this, that is for the hands and the cuticles and that sort of thing, I would say a little goes rather a long way. And I kind of like I use it several times a day, and I would say this is one of my favorite things to do at the moment. It might not last forever, that is my favorite, but at the moment I really like using this one here, and definitely I see that my nails are looking rather good as such for the cuticles and that sort of thing. But a little thing is that usually I find that as soon as you start to use a hand cream, then these I don't know what they're called in English, but these things here on this side, they kind of like start to get loose, and then you have to take them away. So yes, that's just a little thing, but I would say that it works really well for the cuticles and the nails, so that is really great. Then there is this other one here, that is the also for healthy feet, and that is a foot cream again. And I would say it again, it relies on dimethicone and that sort of thing, and yeah, it's kind of like when you use it, it's kind of like you put it on your hands, it's kind of like it gets a little bit rough, or kind of like rigid rather, where something like this is more like it slides a lot better. So I have not been using this a whole lot. So basically what I've been using a lot lately is this one here, and then I have used this one here, and this one here is it's a body cream, or it's a body lotion, and they say that it's like skin repair, and they say 48 hours dry skin relief in one use. And again, it has dimethicone in it and that sort of thing. And I would say it actually works rather nicely, and I'm wearing it on my skin at the moment, and I have used it for, I would say, maybe the last week or a little bit more. And usually I use one from Ambreolis, so the Le Crème Fluide, but I will say I have not used that for a little while now, and that is basically because I have used this one here instead. And I will say I really like this one here, and it really again is unscented and non-greasy and hypoallergenic or something like that. So it is supposed to be really nice and gentle on the skin. I would say it works really rather well. And when I just touch it, I feel that it has this dimethicone in it, but I don't think it's an overwhelmingly sort of like it works in the way that it's supposed to work, and it's not too much, so kind of like starts to roll off. So in that sense, I think it works really well. It gives sort of like a dry touch-ish feeling on the skin, as you would expect from dimethicone. But now my hands is a little bit sort of like sticky, or for using this one here, which is it is for the feet, I know, but it just works really nice for the nails and that sort of thing. So another thing that I tried, and that is actually when I bought this one, I actually thought that it was one for the cuticles, because I thought it was a smaller one that they're calling a balm. And actually it is so that a lot of these products here, they kind of like, just as you just walk past, they kind of like look the same, but they are not the same. So I actually thought that this one here and this one here was actually the same, that it was just a sort of like in a tub instead of a tube, but it's not like that. And this one here, when you open it, well, you have this one here, which is definitely, as you would expect, it's a cream that is coming out. So that is quite as you would expect it to be. But then you have this one here, and that is more like a solid sort of a hard cream, basically. And you have to kind of like work it a little bit. And when you get a little bit of the stuff up, I mean, it's a little bit of a strange sensation, or sort of like a I've never really worked with a cream that was kind of like this, maybe shoe polish or something like that. But then you just add it to your hands, and what happens is that you get a sort of rigid sort of feeling. It might be good for the nails and that sort of thing, but as soon as you work it over your hands, I would say maybe it says that it's to be used at night or something like that. I actually don't think it says that. It just says the hand cream, and it's for extremely dry and cracked hands. My hands are not cracked, so this would be a little bit of some overkill, I know, but if you just try it on like this, it's kind of like it goes a bit sort of rigid, and it's not like you're slippery. It's more like a rigid, I would say. It's kind of like beeswax that is kind of like getting tough on your hands or something like that. It might be really, really good for cracked hands and that sort of thing, but it just feels a little bit like you have some sort of sticky sort of stuff-ish on your hands. So it is not something I'm rushing out to buy a whole lot of at all. So what will I be continuing to buy out of all these various products here? Definitely, and there is this one here. I would say that this one here, I'm going to continue buying this one here for my hands, and I will be using this for my face, and I will be using this balm here for my lips. I find that to be really, really rather nice actually. And yes, so that was my little verdict. I understand that O'Keeffe's, they have a whole range of a lot of products, and some of them are available here in the UK, and I would imagine that the rest is available in the States. So yes, if you are there, you might be in luck, and there are a whole lot of other nice products. These ones here I've tried. I would say yes, this one here, it really surprised me, because usually something like a skin repair body lotion, you should not use that on your face because it would be very sort of like greasy and that sort of thing. But I will say that this is actually working really, really nice, and a little goes a long way. So yes, I would say that is definitely something I'm continuing to be using. So yes, that was my little verdict on these products here from O'Keeffe. This is some sort of like a rigid sort of stuff, but definitely this one here, I really like that one as well. So yes, that was my little verdict on these products here. So if you'd like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all those things to not be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye.